Hey Roosters, and welcome back for another Star Wars Unlimited Leader Spotlight. Today's video we're going to look at another leader from Star Wars Unlimited second set, Shadows of the Galaxy. Disclaimer, this is not a meta-analysis. The cards in today's video will not be the greatest cards to use with this particular leader, just some cool options. Secondly, this is an opinion. It means if you disagree with it, it's completely fine. You can click off the video. You can of course leave a comment down below, but just try to be respectful. And finally, not every card that I think personally works great with these leaders will even make it in today's video. So if I missed one, make sure you leave a comment to talk about it. Now let's get right into it. Today's leader is going to be Gar Saxson. Now Gar Saxson is a vigilance villainy leader. He has the Imperial, Mandalorian, and official keyword traits, or other traits. He has the ability each friendly upgraded unit gets +1 power. Now, this is a really cool ability because first off, you don't have to activate it. It doesn't take an action, it doesn't exhaust him, it doesn't cost anything, it's just always active. Secondly, although +1 power isn't just a ton, if you can get this on enough units, that those numbers add up, and they add up very quickly. As an upgrade action, if you control 6 or more resources, you can deploy him as a leader unit, and when he is a leader unit, he's a 4/7. Each friendly upgraded unit gets +1 power and gains. When defeated, you may return an upgrade that was attached to this unit to its owner's hand. Now, this is really cool because it's going to allow you to put some powerful upgrades on maybe some weaker cards, knowing that you can probably get them back. Now, the cool thing about his ability in general is that it gets activated by token upgrades as well, but of course you won't be able to return token upgrades to your hand, so that portion of the effect does not really translate, or rather it does translate, but it doesn't really help when it comes to his leader unit form. Doesn't mean there aren't some great upgrade cards that you would love to play on your units that you'd love to get back to play on other units. Let's take a look at some cool cards he can be within the vigilance aspect. So, one obvious unit is the Super Commando Squad, 5 cost, 4/4, shielded, which means when you play him, he immediately gets a shield, upgrading him, activating Gar Saxson's ability, and then it says while this unit is upgraded, it gains Sentinel. So from the turn it's played, it's going to have Sentinel, but as the game continues, it might lose its shield and lose Sentinel, and you might have to do some other things to get it back. All in all, it's just a good option. The Clan Saxon Gauntlet is obviously made for Gar Saxson here. It's a 6 cost, 4/5 Sentinel card that says when this unit is attacked, you may give an experience token to a unit. When this unit is attacked, you may give an experience token to this unit. This is obviously a good effect because you are going to give experience tokens to your own units, and you're going to end up having your units, well, rather this unit is going, well, you can give it to any unit, but once that unit is upgraded through this effect, it's going to then get access to that +1 power from Gar Saxson's effect. Follow the way is a 2 cost 1/3 Mandalorian. Mandalorian keyword trait or trait's going to be really important throughout this video because the Mandalorians have some cool tricks that only they get access to. But anyway, he's going to have this ability while it's upgraded. He gets +1 power, +1 HP. With Gar Saxson's ability to be +2 power, +1 HP. And so it's just an obvious choice for the deck. Val's a 2 cost 2/4 bounty ability. When she's defeated, your opponent gets to deal 3 damage to a unit. But also when she's defeated, you get to give 2 experience tokens to a friendly unit. Those are upgrades. They activate Gar Saxson's ability. The Survivor's Gauntlet is a 5 cost 4/6 Mandalorian vehicle transport. When played and on attack, you may attach an upgrade on a unit to another eligible unit controlled by the same player. You can move around your own upgrades. You can mess with your opponent's upgrades, which would be really big. They have a really big upgrade they put on one of their big leaders or something. You move it off their lead into a weaker unit, and you kill it, make them lose their upgrade. And for your purposes, obviously, if you put a big unit upgrade onto a unit and onto a weaker unit, and you're not on your deployed form, and you want to get that unit back, or you really just want to not have to pay that cost again, you can slide it over to another unit and try to keep the ball rolling that way. Fen Rao is a 6 cost 5/6 Mandalorian. When played, you may play an upgrade from your hand and it costs 2 less. The important part is you don't have to attach that upgrade to this particular unit, but when you play an upgrade onto this unit, give an enemy unit -2/-2 for this phase. So obviously he just works really good with upgrades, and he's going to be beautiful within this deck. He's going to get that +1 power if you do upgrade him, and if you want to keep upgrading him and moving upgrades off, maybe with Survivor's Gauntlet, or yeah, exactly, through that effect or something like that, then you can go ahead and get that effect again and again and again multiple times throughout the game. From set 1, you have some really cool options with experience tokens with Lieutenant Charleston for calls to 2 Sentinel, as well as when you play them, you can reveal up to 4 Vigilance cards from your hand. For each card revealed this way, give an experience token to this unit. That experience is an upgrade, he's going to get +1 power. Also, Gideon Hask is a 5 cost 5/5. When an enemy unit is defeated, give an experience token to a friendly unit. He's going to allow you to throw out some experience tokens and put Gar Saxson's ability online. Guardian of the Wills is 2 cost 2/2. First upgrade you play this on this unit each turn costs 1 less. It writes itself. Calculated Lethality is really interesting. It's a 4 cost event. Defeat a non-leader unit that costs 3 or less, and for each upgrade that was on that unit, give an experience token to a friendly unit. Obviously, you can destroy your own units through this effect. Maybe get their upgrades over on them back to your hand and get some experience tokens to other units. But mostly, when you're fighting against another opponent, you're going to use this card to destroy their units and hopefully get some experience tokens on your own units. Evidence of the Crime is a 3 cost. Take control of an upgrade that costs 3 or less and attach it to an eligible unit of your choice. Obviously, you're taking your upgrades from your opponent, hopefully, and putting them onto you, activating Saxson's ability. Brutal Traditions, a 2 cost, +1/+2 action. If an enemy unit was defeated this phase, play this upgrade from your discard pile. It writes itself. You're going to be having your units die, of course, throughout the game. You want to get this back to play multiple times, play it on certain units, and stuff like that. Mandalorian Armor is a really cool one. 2 costs, +1/+3, attached to a non-vehicle unit. When played, if the attached unit is a Mandalorian, give a shield token to it. On to the cunning aspect symbol. Saxson has some, not many, but some interesting combos you can pull off here. For 1, it's the Hunter of the Haxian Brood. 3 costs, 4/3, Underworld Bounty Hunter. While an enemy unit has a bounty, this unit gains shielded. You could play Saxson in a Bounty Hunter deck. I wouldn't say it's his natural form, but you could do it, and when you do, this guy can get this effect. But more than anything, when he gets that shielded, he's going to get a shield token, and he's going to become a 5 power for 3 if you are able to pull this off. So he's going to be swinging pretty big. 7th Fleet Defenders, 3 cost 3/2, shielded. It's going to have a shield. It's going to get +1 power. The Chimera is an interesting one here. 8 cost 8/7, shielded. You're going to get +1 power. It's going to be a 9 power. But also, when you attack with it, you can name a card, and your opponent reveals their hand and discards a card with that name from it. You can use this to search out those pesky cards your opponent might be playing that are going to allow them to discard your upgrades. Asteroid Sanctuary is a 2 cost, exhaust an enemy unit, but then also give a shield token to a friendly unit with 3 or less cost. Because of the fact that you have an ability that ranges across your entire board, you might want to play a lot of cheaper units and swarm your opponents to the field with them, and hopefully make multiple attacks with +1 power on each one. And in doing so, this card helps you because it's going to put shield tokens on those cheaper units, as well as also an enemy unit, of course. Snapshot Reflexes is just a generically okay card, good card. 1 cost, +1/+1. When played, you may attack with the attached unit. Jetpack's a really cool one. 2 cost, +2/+0. When played, give a shield token to the attached unit. Although at the start of the regroup phase, defeat that token. You lose the shield token. You get an upgrade, so your Gar Saxson's ability is going to be online. It's a +2 power upgrade. So with Gar Saxson, it'll be +3 power. But also, you get a shield token. So if you play it on this guy, then swing, you don't have to worry about the shield token going away because you're just going to get used anyway. And finally, Smuggling Compartments, a 1 cost, +1/+1. Attached to a vehicle unit. Attached unit gains on attack ready resource. It's just a really cool upgrade. You might not end up playing this in a Gar Saxson deck, but it just is pretty cool for its value. On to Command. You got some cool options in Command for Saxson, such as the Outland Type Vanguard, 2 cost, 2/1. When played, give an experience token to another unit that costs 3 or less. Again, you might be playing a lot of cheaper units to try to swarm the field, and experience tokens are going to activate Saxson's ability. Phase 3 Dark Trooper is going to be a 3 cost, 3/3 Imperial Droid Trooper. Sentinel, as well as the fact that when combat damage is dealt to this unit, give an experience token to this unit, hopefully activating Saxson's ability. The Heavy Fighter is a 4 cost, 3/3 Overwhelm. On attack, makes also another friendly unit, and if you do, give this unit +3 power. Now, obviously, this is not directly synergistic with Saxson, but when you put an upgrade on this thing and use its effect, it's going to swing in for at least 7 power Overwhelm, maybe more depending on what upgrade you put on it, so it's going to end up giving you some really good damage value. Vanguard Infantry is a 1 cost, 1/2 Trooper. When defeated, you may give an experience token to a unit. Obviously, it's a cheaper unit. It's going to die, so if you have an upgrade on it, you don't have to worry about it. It's going to die, and you're going to get some extra value out of it through this guy's effect. Of course, experience tokens are upgrades, so. Enforced Loyalty is a really weird one, and particularly for Gar Saxson, but I figured I'd throw it in here anyway. 2 cost, double command aspect symbols. Defeat a friendly unit, and if you do, draw 2 cards. You can just treat something like the Vanguard Infantry to draw 2 as well, give an experience token to another unit. And if Saxon's on his leader form, if you have an upgrade on the Vanguard Infantry, you can put that back into your hand. I don't see this being amazing all the time, because with Saxon, you're going to have to pay 4 for this card, but he could have some value, maybe. Commissions, a 1-cost supply upgrade event. Search your top 10 cards of your deck for a bounty hunter, item, or transport card, reveal it, draw it. This is really important because for a lot of upgrades, they have the item keyword trait, and some of the cool ships we're talking about have the transport trait. So with this card, you can search up some of your really cool cards they may be playing from your upgrade standpoint, but maybe some of your other pieces as well. So it's just a really good card for Saxon. Overall, Barrage is a 5-cost event. Tactic, it's going to have the ability to give a friendly unit +2 power, +2/+2 for this phase. Then it deals damage equal to its power, divided as you choose amongst any number of other units. This effect is really good for Saxon because he's already giving them plus power. So with this effect, you're even dealing more damage. So just think of this card in any other deck, and it's just one tick better, basically. And then the Dark Saber is going to have a 4-cost. This is one of the greatest upgrades for Saxon. It's built around him, and you don't really need to play the command aspect symbol to use this card, but it says 4 cost, +4/+3. It's a unique weapon upgrade. It is an item, so you can search it out with commission. And then it says, while playing this upgrade on a Mandalorian unit, ignores aspect penalty. Obviously, if you're probably been playing a lot of Mandalorians in Saxon. But if you're not playing all Mandalorians, you still might want to play command. But if you're not playing command, you can still play this card and just play a lot more Mandalorians. And it says, attach unit gains on attack, give an experience token to another friendly Mandalorian unit. You're playing for its amazing stats, you're playing it for that good ability. Overall, it's just going to give a lot of value to Saxon throughout the game. On to Aggression, which I think is Saxon's best partner, due to a lot of reasons, mainly because most of the Mandalorian cards go into the Aggression and Vigilance category, as well as the fact that I'm not going to talk about any grit cards in today's video, but I want to point out, make a disclaimer right now, that grit with Aggression and Vigilance is one of the most powerful ways to play Saxon, simply because of the way the cards work, not simply because of how Saxon's ability works, but why the way the card pool turns out. The grit abilities can help you a lot sometimes, and we'll talk about them sort of throughout this video. One, we have Pre Vizsla. He's a 7-cost, 8/7 Mandalorian Trooper. When played, and also when you attack with him, you may pay the upgrade cost attached to another non-vehicle unit, and if you do, take control of that upgrade and attach it to this unit, if able. If it can attach to this unit, defeat it instead. It's a really good way to just drop other upgrade decks. You steal their upgrades, and if you can't steal them, you blow them up. Clan Challengers are 5-cost, 3/6, Raid, Overwhelm, Mandalorian. You're going to upgrade with this guy. It's going to be a 4-power, swing in for 7 with Overwhelm. Dengar is what I'm talking about when I talk about the grit deck. He's a 1-cost, 2/2. When you play an upgrade on a unit, deal 1 damage to that unit. So if you're not playing a Bounty Hunter deck, this gets a lot worse, but if you're playing a grit deck, it actually has some applications. And between Vigilance and Aggression, there's a lot of good ways to play grit, even within Gar Saxon's upgrade plan, and Dengar makes that happen. First Legion Snowtrooper is a 2-cost, 2/3 Imperial Trooper. When you're attacking a damage unit, this gives +2 power and Overwhelm. Obviously, through Gar Saxon's ability, if you can upgrade on this guy, experience token especially, he can swing in for actually 6 Overwhelm for 2 cost, or with like maybe 3 cost, depending on what you have to do to get the experience token onto him. So it's not much it's asking from you for some pretty decent damage, as long as you're attacking to a damaged unit. Disabling Fang Fighter is, of course, one of the not staple, but it's a really cool card for defeating upgrades. It's a 3-cost, 3/2. When played, defeat an upgrade. Ruthlessness, upgrade, 1-cost, +2 power, +0 HP. And then it's going to say attach unit gains. When this unit attacks, defeat a unit, deal 2 damage to the defending player's base. When this unit attacks and defeats a unit, deal 2 damage to the defending player's base. You're going to have upgrades like Arm to the Teeth, 2-cost, +2 power. With attached unit gains on attack, give another friendly unit +2 power for the phase. Again, it's happy with your aggressive output. Vibrance, Flamethrower, 3-cost, +1/+1. Attached to a non-vehicle unit. Attached unit gains on attack, you may deal 3 damage, divided as you choose among other enemy ground units. So again, just upgrades are going to help you with Saxon's ability. Upgrades are going to help you deal more damage. Finally, looking at the pure villainy cards, we have Kargan Gore. He's a 6-cost 6/6. When an enemy unit attacks your base, give a shield token to a friendly unit in the same area as the attacker. It's going to allow you to put some upgrades on some cards, put some defense on your field. Snow Trooper Lieutenants are 2 cost +2/+2, or rather 2 cost 2 power 2 HP. When played, you may attack with the unit. If it's Imperial unit, it gets +2 power for this attack. Tide Advance is a really cool one in Saxon. If you're playing enough Imperial units, it's a 4 cost 3/2. When played, give 2 experience tokens to another friendly Imperial unit. Maximum Firepower is a 4 cost event. A friendly Imperial unit does damage equal to its power to a unit, then another friendly Imperial unit does damage equal to its power to the same unit. So through Saxon's ability, whatever else you could use this for, it's going to get ticked up again, but double time now, because a lot of the cases you're going to be dealing, you have +2 power on each of those 2 units you're using this effect on, and they're going to deal +1 power on each unit, which is +2 overall damage. And then finally, we have the Mandalorian Warrior, 3 cost 3/3. When played, give an experience token to another Mandalorian unit. It's going to allow you to activate Saxon's ability. It's a Mandalorian, the whole 9. And that's Gar Saxson. There isn't much to this leader in terms of depth on the face. But when you get into the way you want to build the deck, if you want to play it a purist, just upgrade my own units and swing, you can play a grit deck that I didn't really talk about in today's video, but I know it's an option that you can try for that because of the way grit, the vigilance, and the aggression card pool is right now. It's very easy to build him into a grit deck, and grit is one of the best ways to get some big damage swings on the field, so you can look at that as well. But overall, I think he's a really cool unit, really interesting design in terms of the fact that he's really wanting you to play those upgrade cards, which wasn't really at all prevalent in set 1, but now is becoming a big thing in set 2. That's going to be it for today's video. Come back for more Star Wars Unlimited Leader Spotlights later, and I hope to see you guys there as we finish up with the set. Well, that's going to be all for now, but if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys go ahead and watch some of our other videos that we've made on this channel. Also, give this video a like if you thoroughly enjoyed it. And of course, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our future content. And I hope to see you guys back at the Roost.